What's up, guys? OG2K here, and today we are back on the channel after a very long break. I do apologize a ton for that break, and I just really needed to find myself a little bit, get back on track, and we have a couple bangers for you guys here. So today's video, we'll be breaking down how I made my first in-person live Madden tournament. And that is a very special moment for me. Basically, this is a double elimination RHG $40,000 tournament. And basically here you could see just the brief layout of the event. This was on May 11th, so already over a month ago. I just wanted to bring this to you guys here, break something down, get back on track. And we are going to be playing against Civics in game one here. This is a double elimination tournament. So if we do beat Civics here at the 645 game, we will break that down first. We will be playing the game, whatever one, yeah, quarter B, in a win and get in. So you got to win 2 without losing 2. And let's get into this gameplay here. All right, so you could see in the top 3 here, we have Mendoza at QB. And he is really good because he could speed boost, or was really good at the point that I played this game. Now, you'll be seeing that a lot is I'm going to try to scramble with Mendoza, and then he had a really good AP stack for Slinger, PLE, and then I think Master Tack too. So that is a really good stack of abilities. Now, it's been a long time, man, so it's just kind of crazy getting back into this, man. You know, let me know if anyone has any questions about these games or the plays. I will be dropping, I know it's really late in the year, but I will be dropping the Bears offensive game plan that I used in this tournament here. Now this will be a later ebook, but I still want to get something out there just so that I could get back into the flow of things going into college football. When college football comes out, we will be coming out with our schemes and everything on OG2K's Toolbox. First link in the description. As you can see in this game here, though, we are in the Chicago Bears Y-off trips, and we are going to be really running this direct snap to try and just keep them honest. We're not really going to be running this as our entire scheme, but we are going to be using it in a way where it opens up other possibilities for me. All right, I'm just going to kind of briefly break down a couple plays here and there, and then I'm just going to get through this game because we have a lot to go over. Sorry for the voice crack, but short side bunch. Now, a lot of people look at me weird for running this, but I like it because it is one of the ways that it's very easy to be explosive in bunch without having to make a super risky throw. What do I mean by that? Short side fade. Basics of bunch right here. We have streak on the middle guy, fade on the outside guy. What will happen is the fade will get underneath an outside third here, which is not really supposed to happen in football, but it can happen in this game. And that is why I like short side bunch a little bit. So right here, we called a nice slant in route combo. And this is a big game here, by the way, so I'm not going to be making the reads on these plays to the best of my ability. I'm obviously trying my best, but there's just going to be plays that I'm not going to be making because I am nervous, or I'm trying to play it safe so that I don't give up an interception or a one-play touchdown, whatever the case may be, as something quick to get down. So right here, beautiful combo. That out route, really good at, you know, if their slot corner is inside, pretty much on the numbers or something like that, you could throw that out route really quick to the sideline for a nice rack with the speed boost. And then we have other options around that. Now we are going to be running direct snap here, motion in that receiver, and that is going to be giving me a little bit better blocking right there. Just a nice play by him. And I'm really just trying to get a feel for the game here. It's not easy, you know, starting out in a big game because you're nervous that, you know, a lot of things could happen. So right here, streak to this guy. It takes me a long time to see it, but we still do. So you know, at least if we're gonna make a mistake, you got to make up for it. Little mistake, but we're still able to end up hitting it later in the play. So I'll take that, and let's see what we could do on defense here. By the way, if you guys don't know who Civics is, he is a competitive player, and he's been getting a lot of reps in pro tournaments and stuff. That is why he is in this, is because he won some form of CFM or tournament. And yeah, tough round one game. He's gonna be in bunch tight end, just running the RPO inside zone and then building off of that in doubles occasionally. So right here, you see him go to this. I am in Cub. I am just hoping that this outside linebacker here could get out to this bubble some way, somehow. I'm hoping that these two get blocked by these receivers and just, this guy comes in free. But as you could see, that is probably not going to happen. Send 3, very, very conservative defense, and he's just able to really get around me there, and I don't like that. So we're going to switch it up. We're going to go to dollar, run pass tell by slanting our defensive line right in the play SS zone blitz. Make sure that you have auto flip off, close pinch on the safeties, and you'll see on this linebacker, if he is looping around the defensive tackle, that means pass. And if he is running into the defensive tackle's blitz angle, looks a little bit like this, that means run most of the time. Not always right, but that's just something, if you guys have been watching the channel, I like to use that to my advantage on defense. Right here, he ends up running the ball actually, and we are not there for the shoot because obviously I didn't have my play art up. If I did have my play art up, I would be able to see that he was going to run the ball. But that is just one thing that we are going to have to make sure we do throughout this game. Now right here, he goes to bunch. Worth noting that his outside bunch receiver is not lined up further back, so he won't be calling the RPO. That is, when a player's running the ball, running RPOs, draws, all sorts of stuff like that, especially in MUT when they could speed boost really effectively, I am going to, look for that. So right here, nice reverse slant route, or a reverse Texas route by him to his running back out of doubles. And you see the run tell here, we man up his guy, ends up working out perfectly, dive tackle, perfect. 2nd and 11 here. I'm just going to kind of breeze by this a little bit now that we got the basis of the game down. We know what he wants to do on offense. We know what we want to do on offense. And we both know what we want to do on defense as well. So 3rd and 11, big play. Very pivotal play here. If we could get him into a 4th down early, that would be nice. And that is what we look like we're going to do. Let's see what happens here. Rolls out. Beautiful switch by me to be able to knock that ball out. I didn't go for the pick or anything. I just wanted my receiver, or my DB, out of position. It's kind of weird. He's got a DB out of position at receiver, and I got a receiver out of position at DB. So my fault if I get that mixed up. 7-3, beautiful way to start the game out. And all I got to do is just keep scoring and playing good defense, and I'll be looking pretty good in this one. Starting out, I've been calling direct snap, and that is very reliant on this shoot between these guys here. And something that can catch them off guard is this inside zone. However, his guy just comes in free. Beautiful dive tackle by him. Very, very underrated play is that dive tackle there. And we're going to call PA snag here. Notice how I'm calling streak fade on the right to see if it's a cover 2. And then we have a wheel under it. That's a whole nother concept. The fades pull the deep blues back. The wheel could get in a nice window underneath or above the zone, the flat zone, but underneath the deep blue. So very tricky play there. 4th and 2. And I just wanted to take my flat there just to keep myself on schedule. Don't want a super tough spot for myself here. And this play is very controversial. Now, this is a tough read to make. We end up throwing the wrong guy. Now, that is due to me I'm trying to be smart because it's an important game. I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know if it's just a bad decision. But big game, we end up making a bad decision, and it pays off somehow. As you could see here, though, this guy kind of like matches on. It's just a very tough read to make, and we end up missing the running back wide open. So that's something that, I'm very happy that went my way. And we're going to see if we could start to play better ball from that point now. He ends up overcommitting on that shoot. We kind of take it up the middle. Really just trying to play a nice ball here. Another direct snap. We kind of figure out that cutback lane is there in direct snap. Notice how we're flipping constantly to try and, throw him off. Cutback lane kind of taken away by the CPU there. Now we're going to go to doubles. Nice little combo. Take a nice drag route there. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I know I'm going quick, but it's really just to get you guys this product here of how I made this live event really. And then after that, I'll really try and slowly break down how each game is going to go at the beginning of these games. And then from there, I'm just going to be breaking down, kind of the easy stuff. So again, I'm going to call inside zone. Now, something about inside zone is being that you guys might remember this from earlier in the year, being that his user is lined up super close to his defensive lineman here. What'll happen sometimes is this guy, this defensive lineman, will be untargeted, and this user will be not untargeted, not mic'd or anything. He'll just be targeted, and this defensive lineman is untargeted. So that means he will come in free. I'd rather have his user come in free because he's probably going to be expecting direct snap, and he'll just have to make a user play instead of his defensive lineman coming in free. That's the decision we make here. That's another new thing. And right here, again, he's clicking onto that guy and making that dive tackle. So that is going to be really tough. But if we could just have a good speed boost, like right there, that was our first best like direct snap of the game. Like his guy, one of his guys overcommitted here, might have been this linebacker, or actually the slot corner gets just wide open somehow. But you could see these guys lay their blocks perfectly, and we just have an entourage. Beautiful speed boost there, and we're out for an easy touchdown. And let's see if we could get a stop on him. He's in doubles now, audibles to it. And being that we held him to 3 early and we're playing solid offense to this point, he's going to try and like get that ball moved down the field a little bit quicker than he was on his first drive, because if he chews himself out of the game, you know, that is just going to be very good for me right here. Nice little throw past my user. Okay, little concept there. Remember this combo. He calls post and drag and streak from the bunch side, and then streak on the tight end, wheel from the running back. Just a solid combo overall, but you're going to have to remember that because he's going to call that combo a lot. Not in the red zone, obviously, but just, you know, 20 to 20 yard line. That could be something that he is looking for. Now, right here, 2nd and 10. Let's see what he goes to underneath. Beautiful tackle by me. I like to pride myself in making dive tackles with our tall defenders in Mutt. And right here, so anyone want to take a guess on what happens here? You know what? Don't even take a guess. He's going to catch it. Just a play where he assumed I wasn't going to commit to it. I didn't commit to it, thinking that he wasn't going to throw it. And it's just a game, or a chess match where he made the right guess. I made the wrong one. Nice touchdown by him. But I'm willing to take those 50-50 shots if, you know, on defense. On offense, 50-50 shots, whole nother story. But on defense, if they're taking a 50-50 shot on some plays in the drive, you know, I'll take it, because odds are at some point we'll get a stop in the game if he does that. And right here, direct snap, first play of the drive. You'll see this guy motion over. I think I wanted to motion snap him, but it just didn't happen. So I just ended up calling it anyways. All right, so what happens here? I think he shoots it. Yep. Short side, direct snap. I don't know what I was thinking there, but 3rd and 7. Go to PA snag. Nice little combo here. Let's see if we could just take something. And nothing's really there, but when you have a 7-foot almost tight end out there, you're going to be able to throw some crazy high balls to him. And we are also taking advantage of that left bumper aggressive catch, which is a one-handed catch. That is something that really gives you the opportunity to make big plays when they are given to you. Just throwing a high ball simply right over their DB. Right here, draw, beautiful call. We're now chewing this clock out to give ourselves the last score before half. Whether it means getting 3 or a touchdown, that's going to be decided pretty soon here, but nice combo. A lot of something that people don't think about. Bunch spread in Bears, you could actually motion your running back out to that, you know, bunch side, and it creates a 4x1. The only other time people usually are able to do that is bunch tight end week and Saints or Jags, and not a lot of people think about that in this. So that is something that we actually labbed up ourselves. Whether other people found it before me or not, that is something I labbed up on my own. And dig return, beautiful zig route on that guy. So just able to take advantage of it. Right here, direct snap to manage the clock. Inside zone, get into the 1st and goal situation. Beautiful spot to be in here. Probably going to try and go down. Now you got to score. That's my whole thing. You don't want to score with really 30 plus seconds. It really gets tough to back that on defense later in the game, but You know, if you score under 20, 20 seconds, 15, 10 seconds, it just gets really easy for you on defense in those scenarios. So that's what we're going to try and do here. Really good concept here. Tight end whip flat and then return flat. Very good concept because the flats will pull the flat zones out, and the zig routes or returns, whatever the case is, they might get, you know, inside or outside of the yellow zones. Now, right here, we're in a 4th and 1, 4th and goal. Decision to make here. Let me know what you guys think about this call, but I'm going to go for this. I thought about it, but I really just want to go up a full touchdown or a full 2 scores pretty much. You know, you don't really want to just stay up 1 score here, especially on the 1-yard line. You kind of want to give yourself that opportunity to go up 2 scores. And if you don't get it, you know, you're still up, but it is what it is right here. I could have threw this right at this point, probably would have had it, but we end up not doing that. And I rushed my read badly. I playmakered it thinking that he wasn't going to just be there. And we rushed our read. Looking back, we could have probably just scrambled with our QB, maybe playmaker or make something happen. But bad call by me. Ends up not working out. And now we just got to work on defense in the second half here. All right, first play of the second half here. He runs draw. We end up just making the nice dive tackle on him. Now, this is the play. Sharp corner on this solo side guy. The only playbooks that really have that, where this receiver right here isn't lined up back. That's my whole point about this, by the way. Notice how this guy is lined up further back right here than he normally is. He's normally lined up here. But you see this gap between them. That means it's either RPO, which most of the time is like that, or it could be this running back streak, tight end corner and return. This is the combo people like to call out of that. And then the other combo, sharp corner, post, flat, and then something like that to really just attack this left side here. That's what he does. These tall DBs, man, I tell you, they really use their length out there. It's really tough to make those throws, especially to corner routes and posts. If you have these super tall DBs out here, I really don't have a DB under 6'3". That is, besides Jamal Adams, obviously, but it's really tough to play offense when we got that going on. 4th and 2 though. Super good dive tackle right there to give myself an opportunity. Now, what we like to do on 4th down most of the time, just keep it basic, hard flats, hooks, make a play. You know, I really do trust my switch stick in these situations. I'm looking for that backside drag. We just end up getting a animation here where I'm just not there. And it happens. Another 50-50 play really. And I'm willing to take those on defense if that's what it's going to come down to. Now you see this combo again, and that is going to be post, streak, drag, streak, wheel. And he really just thinks he has this wheel, and he's going to. So you'll see later. But for now, that just know that play. You know, it just really hurt me there. The streak on the tight end pulls the deep blues back. The drag on the receiver will pull the flat zones down, and then the running back wheel will get in between them for a super big chunk play right here. Really big defensive play for me to get him into a 4th down, hold him to 3, and we're really mucking this game up now. It's just a really ugly game at this point. So now motioning this tight end out in direct snap will do something that is really interesting. It will, most of the time, if you run direct snap or have ran a defense on direct snap, if that defensive edge gets a nice angle, they could like contain it really nicely and force you to the inside. Now, when you motion this tight end out, it changes the responsibilities for these guys. Now this left tackle, or right tackle if we were to the right, he's going to have a lot better of an angle on this guy here. Don't ask me why, but that's just how it is. And then everyone just kind of gets angled off a little bit better. This tight end gets out wide a little bit better. And what that'll do is, instead of him being able to shoot into this gap when this tight end is in, he'll now have to shoot all the way around this linebacker. And if he doesn't know that, then it will be trouble for him. Basically, if you guys didn't understand that, um, the first thing that happens when you motion him out, the edge gets sealed off better by this block, and the second thing, these blocks will pull to this side a little bit better and take away this hole. So now he has to loop around, and if he doesn't know that, he's in trouble. See how right there he tried to do the same shoot, we kind of just sealed it off. You know, that'll happen. Right there we weren't able to speed boost as good as we wanted to, but it is what it is. We'll take our yards. Easy play there, spacing switch. Good thing we didn't fumble. Backup running back Jeremiah Love. You see now he makes that outside shoot. Just again, my speed boost was not doing good in this game, and I'll say that, you know, my speed boost sometimes just isn't good. It really boils down to warm-ups and just staying fresh on the game. And apparently, you know, I did obviously warm up for this, but throughout the game, you know, if we're passing the ball, not running direct, not running the ball every play, you could kind of get cold with it. So right here, really nice combo. You know, this tight end out route, it cuts very slow, so this won't beat man, but sure as heck this will beat zone because of how slow it runs. And another reason that this works is this fade route here, and this fade will pull the outside deep blue back, and then the inside deep blue will be just routed up by this out route, and then you'll also have this post on this guy to occupy a hook, safety maybe, and then this return route and a running back cross. So super versatile play. Notice how we had the tight end and the post, so very good play. Right here, probably okay. Inside zone, speed burst with Love, not for a touchdown, but I'll take it. Okay, 3rd and 8, gotta convert, got to. If we don't, we're probably gonna take our 3 here. And you see here, you know, we're rolling out. You don't really have many options when you do. An option that you do have is a high ball to Parham, just inaccurated by Mendoza. And since he took his 3 on the last drive, I'm playing good defense in this game. I'll just take my 3. So if he was playing elite offense in this game and I wasn't really stopping him at all, then different story. Probably would have went for it, just rolled the dice. But just different game here. He calls it again, and you know me, like, you guys know me. My switch stick is on in these big games. It's just on. I don't know how to say it. It's just on. And being that we have a 7-foot user here, and he gets a bad animation, he jumps up. Carmichael, heck of a play to knock it out, and Randy freaking Moss right there for the catch on the pick, and he is going to be out for 6. That is just a receiver-like play out of Randy there, and I'll take it, man. And in a game that we've kind of been, you know, we've been playing good offense, but not great. And that'll just set me over the edge, is getting a stop like that and being able to return it for 6. So still a game here, though. He's now going to go deep. Could have been picked off, but you see him kind of putting his foot on the gas pedal a little bit more because we're starting to make a little bit better plays right there. He must have made some kind of mistake on that. I will take it. 3rd and 6 here, ends up converting. My whole goal here as we get a sack is, don't ask me what this blitz was. I have no idea what happened there. My whole goal is not giving up one play touchdowns, not giving up big plays, and making tackles. That way, you know, it gives my switch stick more opportunities to make a really good play. And you won't make a really good play with your switch stick every play, but if you give yourself those opportunities to do so, instead of going for hit sticks, going for, you know, weird plays that happen right there. Bad example of my tackling. He just had a really good boost and a good situation there. You'll give yourself opportunities. So right here, nice play by him, ends up being caught, but not a 2-pointer. So we're up 5, and we're really just looking to get into field goal range here, because if we could get into field goal range, as we hit a beautiful dot there, we won't really have much to worry about, because we'll go up a full 8, and 8 is tough to get in a big game because you're going to be nervous to go for that 2-point conversion, and even just to chew the clock out, to have a chance to go for 2. That's something that's kind of scary to think about right here. I did have the curl, but just notice how Mendoza is just super quick. And that's a game-changing play right there because he's probably frustrated by it. Just not not a typical play that you see is me running around completely around the field like that. I do make those kinds of plays when I have these quarterbacks who are really quick though. As we hit a nice play there by Mendoza. Probably should have slid in bounds to chew the clock, but we don't. Just going for the first down. And now we're going to wait till under 230. Make sure that we get that under 230 here. 3rd and 3. I don't hate the situation here. I don't. If we convert here, this game is going to be really tough to come back from because the clock will be in a spot that will make it tough for him. And tight end wheel to power him gets us into a really good position. And now we're just going to really, try and take the quick throws. Right there, bad animation. Really bad play because that actually stops the clock too. And now we're going to just run the ball. I got to get this clock moving. That call, running the ball right there, just kind of signals to him that I'm fine taking 3. I'm fine taking 3 in this spot because my defense has been playing great. I kind of just trust it. That's how this game has been going. Right here, we go back to our money combo. Tight end out route is there. We just get a bad animation out of Donald Parham Mendoza. I don't know what it was with that, but just didn't work out on that play. I'll take my 3. Bad part about those 2 incompletions with Parham was it stops the clock, and that could have took 2 timeouts here, or it could have took a minute of clock, but he would have just called the timeouts anyways. But you guys get the point. It would have really helped me out a lot. Now we got to play defense. Now we got to just not give up a big play. And you see me switching around, taking away his playmaker. Beautiful knockout there. We got to just not let him get a big play. Look for the beaters. As you could see, if I show my coverage, we're going to have deep half. Probably, we actually didn't deep half the right, but we should. So, another beautiful shed. And we're going to be looking to just get him into a 4th down by any means necessary. We have 3 yellows on the field and a man up there. And that's actually really beneficial that he catches that because now he has to rush his play or call a timeout. And he's going to rush his play here. So it just comes down to this play. He really rushed it because of the clock. And that is going to benefit me a ton. Because I don't really call very complicated shells. I keep it very simple on defense. It's just going to really hurt him here. And I'm able to kind of lurk between as we get a shed. Very important shed, by the way. Lurk between this post and this drag with a almost 7-foot receiver. And he playmakers his guy, makes a good play, but he kind of just throws it a little bit too quick. And that gets him a nice inaccurate throw. And that'll do it, man. So now we are 1-0. We got to just win 1 game out of our next 2. And we are into the live event. So, yeah. All right, game 2 here. So as you could see, our little bracket here, I beat Civics, and now we play the winner of Wesley Tyler. Spoiler, Wesley wins that game. So we are playing Wesley for a win and get in right over here. If we lose that, we play the next day, May 12th, in a, what's it called? An elimination or win and get in, whatever you want to call it. Right here is our game against Wes, and I'm going to kind of just breeze by this game pretty quickly because there is more important stuff to get into. But as you could see here, same scheme out of us, Bears. Just going to start the game off running the ball. 3rd and 6, we convert to our running back here. Pretty sure. Yeah. See, that was the read we missed against Civics. We end up hitting it here against Wes. Direct snap, beautiful. Direct, working beautifully against Dollar so far. And as you could see here, I'm just going to call this play PA snag again with the running back wheel. I missed my fade for a touchdown. So you could tell, like, I'm a very safe player. I should probably be taking those shots downfield. But for whatever reason, I just don't like taking big shots in big games, really. I feel like it's very easy to get cheated or have something happen, D-line pick, overthrow, something like that. I'd rather just take the underneath guys sometimes. Right here, we motion that tight end out for the better blocking on the edge. But when that happens, that top safety could sometimes make a nice play on it. 3rd and 13 here. This is going to be Pretty problematical if we, don't get some yards here. And as you could see, beautiful zig route and nice catch there by Galloway. 4th and 6. Notice how we go streak fade on the short side and bunch, and then a tight end post here to catch him off guard. And just watch how Parham cuts. The perfect cut. It was a slow cut and then a perfect possession catch. Honestly, couldn't have asked for a better play there. Right here, get into a 2nd and 12. Jeremiah Love here. He's moving in a slot, so I might just, see how I'm untargeting these backside guys. Motion in my receiver, and then he just picks him up beautifully. Love with some beautiful speed boosts there. Right here, tight end zig route, beautiful. Juke in with Parham. Inside zone call, end up not having good stick on it. Okay, combo here, take the return. And now we're in a tough spot. 3rd and goal from the 5. Let's see if we could hit something in this slant post play. And we did have that. It's just a really tough throw to make. I think we take 3. We end up taking our 3. Just seeing what we could do against Wesley, because that was not good at all. All right, so he's in this spot here down the field, and we just start getting crazy shots on him. You'll see, like, he's in a 3rd and 19 now. Crazy shots very quickly, shutting off of these guys. Curl flat on the bunch side, deep halves, no beaters, cloud on the right, just no beaters, nothing deep, take away everything beautifully. And for some reason, my curl flat decides not to play the corner out, but I get what's deserved. He's out of bounds there. Tight end slant, everything's starting to go right. Making my reads. That is something that not always happens, but in this one, it's happening nicely. Right here, beautiful combo, double streaks with a tight end corner. Combo you see out a bunch a lot. We're just doing it out of this formation. Direct snap call, cut in, completely juke out his guy. Now we motion him out. You saw it, touchdown. Just beautiful blocking on the edge. Pretty bad speed boost, but I'm able to just, dumb out his CPU a little bit there. And already, like, he's moving down the field, but you see the clock. Like, this is a lot of time's been taken off the clock, and we're just getting started here. So we get him into a 4th and 2. I just want to show you. You see this guy backed up, and most of the time they do call this play. So we're kind of just all over it a little bit. We end up making a tackle. I wouldn't say all over it, actually. We're just kind of there to make the tackle. And then 4th and 2, we go man, and man could be pass-led streaks against all sorts of stuff. He ends up missing his tight end flat and taking that, which that's just a sign, like, he might not be playing his best game. He's obviously playing a solid game so far outside of that stop we got on him, but there's definitely room for improvement from what he's doing so far. 3rd and 11, and those my opportunities right now. You got to stop him again here. You got to just go up. Right here, we miss our switch there, but he actually overthrows it, so that's our first lucky play. He ends up actually just completely getting cheated on that play. And now all we got to do is make one good play here, and it's done. So I know that he likes to go deep here. A lot of people do think that you're going to run cover 2 on these downs. So that's when I sometimes mix it up. Right there, just completely throws it quick. We end up getting a pick, and Owens, if we could boost, is going to be out. Not a great boost, but just good enough to get me into a good spot, yardage-wise. And I'm going to see if I could score a touchdown before half. That's ideally what we want. We end up getting a wide-open touchdown. We do sit down, though. So that's something to think about if we don't score here. We get into a 3rd and goal from the 1. And we're really just going to probably call timeout because we got 2. Yeah. So got it lined up perfectly. We're going to call this screen pass here out of quads to the left. It's just very tough to predict a kind of play like this. That's why we call it here. So let's see what we can do. Blockers line up nicely. We end up just getting a bad rack. And his DB makes one heck of a play. We go hurry up. We're probably just going to take 3. Or we'll just use our timeout at 1 second or whatever, 2 seconds to take our 3 or go for it or whatever. But the reason why we end up just not doing that is why it's kind of going to sound kind of bad of me saying this, but Why would I not? Why would I not call timeout here? That's what I'm thinking. Who would be so dumb as to not call timeout here and just think about their call? Well, obviously me, because we end up just setting up a return route play completely bad. Like, this guy doesn't have a swing to clear him out. We got a comeback and a swing on this side. And we end up just zipping it in there and getting a nice catch animation. So that is very clutch. We're up 17-0 on Wes. But as you could see, if we skip a little bit into this, he starts to score quick. Not good. We end up still playing good offense, though. So we're playing good moving down the field, taking the clock with me as well. You see here low on the clock. Beautiful playmaker. Beautiful play. And beautiful speed boost as well. Just playing our perfect game right now. Just juke him out again. Everything is going right, man. A little bit of a celebration into the end zone because he celebrated. I didn't catch that, but we end up celebrating in, going for 2. Nice return route there. I'll take it, man. We're up 17, or I don't know if my math is good or bad. I think it's 17, or actually, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 17. But I'm not even focused on the game anymore. We kind of just know what happens. Like, he just starts zipping through my defense. We're still playing solid offense, but just kind of worried about my defense at this point. I want to break down a play. Okay, we score. So, direct snap. My direct snap has been working the best it's ever been in this game. Just completely wide open lane. 32-14. And again, dude, the defense just getting sliced up for the 3rd drive in a row. Just pretty quick. Like, I think that's a 2 or 3 play drive right there. Dude, I'm not the kind of guy who likes when that happens. I like to make them work. And if I'm not making them work on on offense, rather, when I'm on defense, what am I really doing out there? So it's kind of what we're thinking. And we break out a nice run here. And I'm thinking, you know, our defense is playing like absolute, you know, terrible garbage right now. And what other better way to manage this game out than going down here or trying to hit a clip on him because he celebrated on me? That's what we wanted to do. It's not me going down. It's just me thinking I wouldn't be able to get around him, which I really would have if I boosted again. But I really wanted to hit a clip on him, and that's me being greedy. But we're still up, so it really doesn't matter at this point. We start just running the ball, sucking the clock down. Problem with that, though, is on this 2nd down here, we're running the ball, doing the right thing. We just boost one too many times and end up falling out of bounds there. So that's a very bad blunder. And then we throw an incompletion that could have been picked. So we're in a really easy spot to win the game. And then we do 2 things that, you know, just you shouldn't do. I honestly could have just ran the ball, fell down in bounds those 2 plays, and then been fine. But again, his offense just completely dicing up my defense here. Or actually not yet. But nice play by him there. Really should have been picked there. Really should have been picked. Really. And then he takes a drag. Okay, he's playing safe ball now. Starting to play some solid defense here. Beautiful knockout. 4th down. Let's see what happens here. Throws it right at my user. I'm trying to switch off, giving him too much credit. And then he just throws it at me anyways. My guy falls down to the ground because you know, you switch off with the right stick. That's the same control as hit stick. And after the ball's thrown, it makes you hit stick. So, unfortunate play. Really unlucky couple plays in a row. So, not good. And he's going to kick deep here. Really can't mess this up. So, what I'm going to do, and you might think I'm dumb for this, but it's actually not a bad call. It can be a bad call. These can be bad calls, but there's reasons why I call them. It's not just me calling it to call it. There's reasons why I'm calling these plays. And right here, who would pass out of this? That's what I'm thinking. Obviously me, that was the idea. But it was really just to try and get him to run commit or play super aggressive on the run and give something up. Doesn't work out. We call PA snag, play that we've been calling a lot. and we take the wrong guy. Just good switch by him, good knockout. And now we're in a 3rd and 12 here. From the beginning of this drive, though, I should have just been running the ball every single play. Because if we ran the ball, 1st down, take a timeout, 2nd down, take a timeout. He's no longer got any timeouts. And then on 3rd down, you run the ball or whatever, and you punt. And he's got 20, 15 seconds to go down and score from all the way down there. Just not smart. And then bad call to go for it here. You know, I really thought I had to put him away. I really thought I had to put Wes away here. Just not a good call. I end up calling a really bad combo and not making a terrible read, but a bad one. And then playing defense here. He ends up just kind of moving his way down the field. Watch this play here, though. I switch down to take away this drag to the sideline, and we get completely bumped. Just unfortunate stuff. Unfortunate, man. Okay, and then he rolls out here. 1st and goal. Takes his touchdown. Just watch this. I'm not going to say anything. Just watch. Crazy, right? No way to explain that. Just crazy. We go to overtime. Or actually, watch this here, too. I like to go goal line before half because I could really use my speed boost in this run. And he's one guy away. You see there, I try and pitch it. He had user there. Like, that is not who you want to be there on that. I was just one good boost away from it. Didn't work out. Going to overtime here. And we're in a 3rd and 5 already. Take a nice streak there. Beautiful throw. Okay, take my drag. Playing good ball here already. Like, we've been playing bad ball, you know. But we're starting to bounce back. Play smart. You know, not make any real mistakes here. 3rd and 11, though. This is a call where, you know, you need something. You need something here. You don't want to take 3 in overtime with these how this game has been going. It's just not something you want to happen. I do like this play here, though, to switch it up from streak fade on the short side. Streak corner. Popular concept in older games, but high-low read here with the zig. And, you know, I want to show you this last play before. I didn't really show this play that much. It's double drag over the middle and then in route with a couple flats. Very conservative combo. You could see this in route's wide open here. Now I'm thinking he's going to switch onto this guy and go play it. He just doesn't. So we take that into note into our head, maybe a little bit too much. And then we apply that same concept to this. You know, this guy's going to get open. You kind of see this DB going down a little bit, going to the inside a little bit. You'll be able to just high pass this over him. So I think the same thing's going to happen. He just won't switch it. Problem is, Wesley's one of the best players of all time, and he's there to make the pick. So, nice tackle there by Poe, but just kind of too little too late here. As you could see, I'm kind of hanging on for dear life, trying to just get a stop. He ends up converting here, and it's kind of just wraps at this point. Throws it away. He's got a 3rd and 2, and we end up getting him into a 4th down with an elite switch here. I just kind of want to note this. We manned up as running back. Perfect for that. Switch this. Just absolutely perfect defense out of me right there. Couldn't ask for a better defensive play. And then right here, just not switching onto that. I was onto this guy. I kind of was worried about the swing as well. Just has it, and that's gonna be game really, because now he's in field goal range, and that's tough. That's really tough. That loss really hurt me. Just tough night. And then after this loss, you got to play the next day. Spoiler, we play Vos in that game. So we're going to be breaking that game down now. But this one hurt. It really did. I sat there for about an hour in my chair. You know, I was already thinking in the 4th quarter, what was I going to tweet out about? What was I going to tell to my family and friends after this game? You know, I made the Oklahoma live event. Just didn't happen. Didn't happen that night. It really, I really just sat there that night and thought about it and been really upset, got down on myself a lot. But you got a game the next day, so you got to get right back into the lab. Just focus on that next day. So we're gonna get into that game now. OG2K against Vose. Thanks for watching, guys. I will put the Vose game in the next video just to keep it a little bit more organized. I didn't want a super long video. So yeah, appreciate you for watching, and let me know if you guys have any questions about anything.